and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaugahan for Sam Sports Report. Today's date is April 14, 2022. Let's just get started with Friday news. It's been the shot around the announcing world last week. Carlson Plamer calls Joe Burrow better than Patrick Mahomes. Let's listen into that. He got into this on Monday.
I think Joe's the best quarterback in the league, I know Patrick is phenomenal, but I just think Joe's more consistent. I think he's as athletic outside the pocket and can do a lot of the same things Patrick Mahomes has done. He hasn't done it and showed it yet. He's played more within his system and style, but I think he's the best quarterback in the league.
So Darlington hates these conversations. Let the record show we had to drag Jeff kicking and screaming into this conversation. We may have just lost D Wood. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. RC looks upset. Why does this bother you so?
Okay, let's start with he said he hasn't done it. He's the best quarterback in Carlson Plamer. I like Carlson Plamer, and maybe I'll give him a leeway because the Cincinnati Bengals and that whole thing. But he literally said in his thought he hasn't done it yet. Patrick Mahomes has not only done it on a rookie deal, he has done it on a massive deal that requires the team to work around him. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback on the planet, and he will continue to be until proven otherwise, and I do not believe he will ever be proven otherwise.
D. Wood, what's with the face? Would you tell me what you're thinking now?
I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. The fact that he came out his mouth and really said that Joe Burrow athletically can do the same things that Patrick Mahomes can do. It's like, bro, come on. Like, he's not doing any of that type of stuff. And then here's what I would say about what Carlson Plamer said. I think that I love Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow's a stone cold killer out there on the football field. But I think their games are relatable, and he sees more of himself in Carlson Plamer, and I think that's why he makes that type of statement. If you put on tape of Patrick Mahomes and you a teaching tape to other quarterbacks, there are so many aspects of Patrick Mahomes' game you can't teach to other people because that's how spectacular he is at making plays. So this whole thing is just nonsense to me.
RC looks like he's pondering something deeply here. Ryan, what are your thoughts on this?
So I remember I fell into this conversation in the playoffs when it was like Burrowhead and all those things. And even when I was trying to massage that conversation to make it super sexy, I just talked about quarterbacking and doing things from the pocket and understanding what your game plan is and all of those things. And then Carlson Plamer, who, Jeff, you can't really say it's because of Cincinnati, because remember, he left Cincinnati and he just left. He just never called anybody ever again. Andrew Whitworth just never talked to him. Like, Carlson Plamer does not care about Cincinnati.
He retired rather than continuing to play for Cincinnati, if you recall,
and so then the other thing is he talked about all the Patrick Mahomes stuff that Joe Burrow actually can't do.
I can't really believe Carlson Plamer said that. I mean, here, why don't we look at this? We'll look at it two ways. Joe Burrow can win a Super Bowl, but Patrick Mahomes already has. That's what he's pretty much saying. So therefore, Joe Burrow's better. Joe Burrow can make this pass, but Patrick Mahomes made it. So Joe Burrow's better? Well, that makes sense. It's always but Joe Burrow's made it to a Super Bowl. He has the skills to win one, but he hasn't. But he hasn't yet. See the difference? Yeah, you see the difference. All right. We're done now that we're done with that. Will play tonight. The Royals will have Brady Singer on the mound, who struggled in his last pitching appearance. He has a 4.91 ERA. Charlie Morton will go for the Braves. Game time 7:10. Royals to host. Cubs will play the Dodgers. Justin Steele, who's off to a good start, who has an ERA below 1, will go for the Cubs, and Noah Syndergaard will go for the Dodgers. He has not fared well like he did early in his career. That game starts at 9:10. The Cubs are actually above 500 at 6-5. The Cardinals will play the Pirates. John Alvarado will go for the Pirates, and Jake Wofford will go for the Cardinals. He has an ERA of 9. The Cardinals aren't off to a great start at 5-7. Also in baseball, I picked the Cy Young Award winners. I did the MVP and Rookies of the Year on the podcast that I'll attach at the links at the end. Cy Young Award prediction: Garrett Cole of the American League. Last year, he had an ERA of 2.21. He's my Cy Young Award winner this year. Corbin Burns, I had not looked at it before, but he has struggled in his first couple starts, whereas Cole is a 5.19. It's early, though. I gave their MVPs and rookies in this podcast, as I said. Royals are hoping to build a new stadium. That might go back on the ballot. That might go on the ballot this year. And you answer that to that, how? They're not winning enough games. If they're 500 right now, or next year, it might be likely they'll build a new stadium. But right now, you build it and nobody's coming. One more thing I wanted to mention is it doesn't matter how good your ERA is, and if you have the 10 best ERA in baseball, and you should be more around 11-4, or take it even 5-6. Yeah, 5-6. You're just one game below 500, yet your ERA is 10th, and that's looked at much better. But the only thing that matters is the game's won. The average fan is not looking at the stats like I might be. Losing, nobody cares if people are losing. The games are faster in Kansas City because the people aren't watching. Maybe the Rays fans know that it's faster, although the Rays don't have many fans. Maybe the Yankees fans notice it's a lot faster, but the Royals fans don't because they're not watching. That's Sam Vaugahan Smack. Also, Bobby Witt Jr., the shortstop, could, in my mind, should continue to play shortstop until they stop him. He's been very good this year at the shortstop position. I mean, he makes fantastic catches, and I couldn't find anybody better. So if my question is, if not him, then whom? That's my question for the Royal shortstop, and also continue letting him play there. Who else do you have? And if it doesn't work out, we can worry about that next year. Although, right now, it's looking out. Look at that play and tell me if you think it's working out.
Stuff, and it's popped up into shallow left field, and Bobby Witt Jr. with a tremendous sliding play in left field. Oh, man, that looked like going to be a...
In the NBA, the Bulls and Heat will play each other. Bulls and Heat will play each other. DeMar DeRozan averages 24.5, 22.9 for the Heat. Game time is at 6 o'clock tonight. But Miami's favored by 5. TNT. Thunder, Timberwolves. Sashi Gilgeous averages 31.4 for the Thunder and Timberwolves. Edwards averages 24.6. Minnesota's favored by 5. I took the Timberwolves by 7. Tip time is again at 8:30.